Hey everyone, welcome to your Universe Z, the place where we talk all about the Dragon Ball universe. Today we are going to go through the most powerful god of destruction of all universes. And if you would like to see more Dragon Ball content, please leave your like and subscribe to join our Universe Z. Determining the strongest. This has always been and always will be the premise of any Dragon Ball season. Through intense battles to protect planet Earth, regardless of the context, we can always say that Dragon Ball is nothing more than a sequence of situations in which we must always expect a new character stronger than Goku to emerge before our protagonist finally overtakes him with some new power. However, in this last season of Dragon Ball Super, Goku has not yet been able to overcome the gods of destruction. Neither has Beerus or any angel, so far, even though his power level has grown. But what is the power of the gods of destruction anyway? Which god will be the most powerful among the universes? Do we have any way of determining that now? In today's video we will try to put these questions in check and organize from the weakest god to the strongest. Beerus was first introduced in Battle of Gods. Fans were really impressed with his power. What they got most were comments claiming that there was a god who was finally more powerful than Goku and Vegeta, and in 2 blows he defeated Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He came to Earth, almost destroyed it, and defeated the Super Saiyan god Goku quietly. We thought there couldn't be anyone stronger than him. But man, he dropped a bomb that made even Goku, the battle-hungry maniac, flinch at this point. Before the Tournament of Power begins, the authors introduced us to the main gods from other universes. To show future Zeno how a martial arts tournament works, the Grand Priest asked the gods of destruction to give a demonstration. They all had to face each other in a real battle and they had to give it their all. In the anime, things were a little different, as only 3 destroyers fought in a friendly match. Figuring out the strongest god of destruction from those few instances is a tricky business. There is almost no information about the destroyers, with the exception of Beerus, and we only saw them fight once. And even that was abruptly interrupted in the middle, like every good tournament show in shonen anime. So before we go on to say which god of destruction is the most powerful, we should take into account that much of what we will say here is from the little information we have, so it should not be taken as super correct. After all, new characters and information are always coming out in Dragon Ball. But for starters, what is a god of destruction? A god of destruction is a deity charged with maintaining balance within the universe by destroying any unnecessary elements within its territory. Along with their respective supreme Kaios, their main goal is to ensure that their universe maintains an average mortal level above 7, at least. A while back in 2013, Akira Toriyama gave an overview of the duties of the supreme Kaio and a god of destruction. In order to provide a balance to the constantly growing number of planets, the god of destruction destroys them, but he does not act on Kaishin's orders. He destroys according to his own individual judgment. Except that he is capricious, so he will destroy even an important world without a second thought, or when he finds it inconvenient, and let someone else act as an agent of destruction. The gods of destruction have a connection to their respective supreme Kaios in a way that if one of them dies, the other dies as well. Usually, the supreme Kai is weaker than its destructive counterpart. This is probably done to humble the aggressive nature of the destroyer god and not get carried away by his insanely strong powers. That said, since we have little information, let's try to rank the gods of destruction from weakest to most powerful according to what we currently have available. First, we have In, or Iwan, god of Universe 1. In is a very successful god of destruction, as his universe has the highest mortal level. In the anime, he seemed eager to fight in the exhibition match. In the manga, he was surprised by the whole gods fighting each other thing. You can see that he might actually be the weaker god of destruction because he didn't inflict any damage on the others during the fight. He was sweating a lot from fear and might have been the most damaged. He was hit by Rumshi and Quatella and ended up falling to the ground. In the anime, he went toe-to-toe with Liquier and Arak, but that was over just as quickly as it was in the manga. In second place, we have Gin from Universe 12. Like In, Gin is also a successful god of destruction. The mortal level of Universe 12 is so high that there aren't many planets or beings to destroy. According to Gaozu, a civilization in Universe 12 invented a device that could send a person back in time. This changed the history of all the other universes. Similar to In, he did not inflict much damage on others. In the anime, he refused to fight In, Liquier, and Arak in an exhibition fight. It seems that he knew the outcome of the battle or was afraid to fight. Next we have Arak, from Universe 5. Arak's universe also has a high mortal level. He seems to be different from gods like Beerus, who in turn destroys planets for petty reasons. He is quite careful when doing his job and is very good at it. Similar to In and Gin, he doesn't inflict much damage on others. In the anime, he agreed, with some hesitation, to fight Liquier and In, and he went toe-to-toe against them. Liquier, the god of Universe 8, would be next. Universe 8 also has a high mortal. In the Xeno Expo of the manga, Liquier fought well, but it was not enough. The fox god took considerable damage from Belmont's attack. He has the ability to sprout a total of 9 tails from his body. With that, He opened Belmod's trapping ball and fired a series of energy bursts at him. Didn't inflict much damage on Belmod. Liquier was focusing on Belmod. Heels took the chance and shot an arrow at his head, but Liquier's arm protected him from causing a fatal blow. This shows that his reflexes are quite sharp. Liquier's reflexive movement saved him from Heel's arrow. In the end, Mosco squeezed him until he lay on the ground, panting. Liquier was very eager to fight in the battle. Like the other gods, the fact that Universe 9 ceased to exist shocked him. This shows that he has some level of compassion and morality. Then we have Heels, from Universe 2. Based on appearance alone, she seems to be the only female god. Obsessed with beauty and love, she thinks she is the most beautiful person in the entire multiverse. Designed like an Egyptian god, her choice of weaponry is bows and arrows. Liquier was distracted. She catches him off guard and shoots an arrow into his head, nearly killing him. Her hand saved him in the nick of time. She took considerable damage from Belmod's attack. At the end, Mosco's attack paralyzed/electrified her. Presumably, she is down for the count. In the anime, the fact that the other gods did not invite Beerus into the Gods of Destruction Dome surprised her. Mosco felt the same way. She even asked Kampa why he didn't invite his brother. This showed that she had no grudge against Universe 7 for being the cause of the tournament, unlike the others. Sidra, from Universe 9, would be next on the list. Universe 9 is the lowest in terms of mortal level. Sidra is indecisive and hardly destroys anything. Seems to have a knack for making mistakes, as the Grand Priest was angry with him once before. The best defensive player among the Destroyer gods. In the manga, he is the only one to react quickly enough to protect him and the other gods from Beerus' Hakai blast by creating a barrier. Practically saved the lives of the others. Belmod made a dirty move and kicked him out of the arena. Later, Rumshi and Kampa beat him up. At the end, he fell for the count, unable to get up. But unlike the gods mentioned earlier, he does not appear to be short of breath. In the anime, Frieza was able to control the Hakai energy sent by Sidra. Ro mentions that Frieza could be more destructive than Sidra. He showed some doubt if Sidra could surpass him in terms of destruction, but Sidra was confident in doing so. Lord Kampa is even lazier than Beerus, asking Vados to do all his work. He doesn't care about rules. As long as they are in his favor, he is fine with that. It seems like he hasn't trained in decades and has been avoiding it for a while. A long time ago, he once fought with Beerus because Beerus ate the fruit on top of their birthday cake. They destroyed so many planets in the process and almost destroyed the universe. Their battle was never resolved. Vados said that Beerus is stronger, and it was pretty obvious by comparing their body shapes. The Xeno Expo, Beerus hit him and sent him flying through the air. He could have been caught in Belmod and Rumshi's attacks as well, but he seems to be stronger than Sidra. When he was finally on the ground, he couldn't get up, and he was glad that the Grand Priest stopped the fight before Beerus and Quitella could land their punches on each other. This shows that he clearly could not continue, unlike his twin brother. Mosco is a robot vehicle for the true god who controls him inside his body. Think he is the one who designed the robot. Mosco, Mule acts as the god of Universe 3. He shares a close relationship with his guide Angel Camperi. Mosco speaks in a language that only Camperi can understand, and he explains it to the others. He has a strong and robust body. The others could not damage him so easily. Received some considerable damage when Kampa, Rumshi, and Quitella knocked him to the ground. Has a strong grip, grabbed Beerus and Liquier in his hand as they struggled to free themselves. His paralysis technique had a great effect on Heels as well, but in the end, he lay down and could not. Next we have Rumshi. Having a strong resemblance to the Hindu god Ganesha, Rumshi doesn't seem to be that interested in destroying planets or doing his job properly. The fact that he is not around during the entire Zamasu arc proves this. Of all the gods, he hates Beerus the most. According to Whis, Lord Rumshi has the largest lungs in all the universes. He has a special technique called Battle Roar. Paralyzes the motor nerves of the listener. This lets him temporarily paralyze the gods and go into a rage, knocking several of them out of his way. He was putting up a good fight. However, he lost to Beerus in a fight and went down. Beerus, Quitella is lazy and does not take his work seriously. He likes to eat snacks and play video games. In addition, he has a huge grudge against Beerus. So much for spying on him and his universe. In the manga, he was more excited about the fight than the rest of the gods. He was quite confident about his strength. Along with Beerus, he also remained the last person standing at the Xeno Expo. However, we put him below Beerus because Beerus had to face the attack of all the other gods targeting him, and he still managed to defeat most of them, whereas Quitella only had to defeat a few of them. Quitella did not exhibit any impressive feats. On the contrary, Beerus' Ultra Instinct and Hakai blasts could have fatally injured him and the others. Beerus has a higher level of endurance in terms of physical strength. In terms of techniques, Beerus has a wider range of abilities. Belmod may have a similar advantage to Quitella, and that is why Quitella was placed below Bel. As the second most powerful, we have Belmod from Universe 11. Refusing to side with Geekin, Jiren's dead master, any longer, he stopped being a pride trooper and chose to become a god. His moves are quite impressive. He trapped his combatants in a trapping ball and managed to harm them all. Feared that Belmod's movement could kill him. After that, Liquier managed to open the ball and attack Belmod with intense Hakai blasts. We didn't see Belmod after that until he casually wakes up after the match was interrupted. That he was just pretending to be injured. Also, unlike the other gods, he did not need to be healed. This showed that Liquier's attack did not do much damage to him. The fact that Belmod had to resort to such tactics shows that he may not beat Beerus in a direct confrontation. He may be thinking that the only way to win is to trick him and knock him out from behind. Another reason why Beerus is the stronger god of destruction and not Belmod will be mentioned in the next title. Last but not least, we have Beerus, the strongest god of destruction. However, he is also the most hated for a long time, as he slept for 50 years during a hide-and-seek of the entire universe, resulting in Xeno nearly destroying all the universes. Among his abilities, he possesses Ultra Instinct, Hakai, and a sealing technique. Realizing that they have a common hatred for Beerus, all the other gods join. In the manga, he dodged almost all of the other gods' attacks. For these reasons, it is assumed that, by then, he is the strongest god there is, and he was the only one who had to fight all the others together. He was injured in the middle, but he still managed to be one of the last combatants standing. Another important reason is that the writers of the series have directly stated that Beerus is the strongest god destroyer in all the universe. They state this in the Dragon Ball Super Broly light novel, page 65. When the authors were commenting on Whis, they say that it was unbelievable that this sloppy, slightly tall man was even stronger than the strongest destroying god in the cosmos. As we get closer to the highlighted portion, the words Uch and Sekau are mentioned. Sekau means the highest or supreme, and Uch means universe/cosmos/universe. Primary meaning of Uchu is universe. Uch Sekau does not come Hakaishin, which means god of destruction or god of destruction. Since there is only one god of destruction in each universe, we take the other meaning of Uch, meaning cosmos or omniverse according to the context. Looking at things this way, the DBS Broly light novel states that Beerus is the strongest god of destruction in the multiverse. Of course, things can change here, since the statement can be read and interpreted in different ways. Therefore, mentions like this should not necessarily be taken as true or endpoints as justifications. It is up to you to interpret according to the mindset of your reading, preferably with official translations that always seek to be as in line as possible with the original version. However, even without these mentions of novels and authors, we can easily say that Beerus is currently the most powerful god of destruction in Dragon Ball. However, this may change with the arrival of new chapters of the manga or with the new anime that is slated for 2023. Do you think the list from weakest to most powerful god is correct? Would it change anything? Beerus is indeed the most powerful of all. Leave your opinion about this in the comments. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for videos, don't forget to comment here below, because I'll be reading all of them as I always do.